Hi, I'm Lori Grunin, Senior Editor for CNET, and this is the Olympus PEN E-PL3. In many ways, pretty much everything on the inside, the Olympus PEN E-PL3 is the same camera as its more expensive sibling, the EP3. As such, a lot of the trade-offs I dislike in the EP3 I'm more willing to forgive in its less expensive little brother. In part, that's because I expect people considering this camera to be slightly less picky about the noise reduction quality of the JPEGs. Plus, if you're paying less, you're probably less likely to be resentful about needing to tweak the settings. The E-PL3 seems designed for the user who might otherwise have bought a Canon PowerShot G12 or other enthusiast compact, though it doesn't offer the same wealth of direct access buttons and dials that make cameras like that popular. The mode dial on top of the camera serves up the usual manual, semi-manual, and automatic modes. It also gives you access to Olympus's well-implemented art filters. There's the typical set of scene program modes, including an odd manual 3D option. And there's also a dedicated movie mode where you have full manual controls and access to the art filters. I like almost everything about the design and feature set of the E-PL3, so I'll lead off with my one major gripe. There's no grip. The metal body is well constructed, but it's a little heavy, especially with the flash attached, and the slippery front makes it difficult to shoot single-handed. The back also offers a typical control layout that will be familiar to anyone who's used a digital camera recently. If you're in auto mode, the settings change to Olympus's live guide menus, which are basic slider-driven options for things like brightness and saturation. Similarly, Olympus's menu system has a couple of hidden screens that you have to enable in order to view. One is for the accessory port, and one is for a plethora of custom settings options. That includes welcome advanced controls that include options over autofocus areas, noise filter strength, and whether or not auto white balance should preserve the warm tone of indoor shots. There's also a programmable function button, but it's not a convenient spot to use with any regularity. And using it in combination with the dial is downright contortionist. There are also 4 custom setting slots, which is very nice, but there's no really convenient way to switch among them. Like many consumer-targeted cameras, the JPEGs from the E-PL3 have excessive smeariness from overzealous noise reduction, especially where the noise reduction kicks in at ISO 800. But if you can tolerate some grain and a little bit of clipping in the shadows, you can produce some much better photos, at least up to ISO 1600. Exposure and color are quite good regardless of the format, though. Dynamic range is better in the shadows than the highlights. I had trouble recovering some blown-out detail, but overall, the dynamic range is pretty good. Video, on the other hand, is a mixed bag. Exposure, sharpness, color, and autofocus are all excellent. But this camera has a similar problem with rolling shutter, you know, that wobbly effect, as the EP3 did. Except for slightly longer startup time, the E-PL3 performs the same as its more expensive sibling. It's fast, though the autofocus system feels a little more sluggish than I'd like. Another performance downside is the LCD. While I love that it tilts, it seems relatively coarse and difficult to view in bright sunlight. The E-PL3 isn't the best at anything in its class. The Panasonic GF3 is faster, smaller, and cheaper. The Sony 5N has better photo quality and video quality. But I like the E-PL3 for its balance of features, performance, photo quality, and design that make many of the trade-offs worth it for the enthusiast. I'm Lori Grunin, and this is the Olympus PEN E-PL3.
Hey guys, Brian Tong here, and if you're looking to see the top dogs in tech face off, then you need to watch CNET's Prize Fight. We'll throw touchscreen phones in the ring, reignite the console wars, battle web browsers, and more. So you can find it all at cnet.com/prizefight, and I'll see you there. Whoop-ah!